everyone, xin chào các bạn. My name is James and welcome back to another cooking video. Today I want to share with you a recipe for a dessert. This recipe comes from Ina Garten and you can easily find this recipe online, but I thought I would film a video today and show you how to make it as well. Today we'll be making apple pie bars. This dessert combines all of the yummy flavors and elements of an apple pie, but condensed into a bar form. Okay, so let's get started. To make the crust for your apple pie bars, you will need 1 pound or 4 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature, 3/4 of a cup of white sugar, half a cup of brown sugar lightly packed, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Ina's recipe also calls for half a cup of chopped walnuts, but I don't have those with me today, so I'm leaving them out. To make the apple pie filling, you will need 3 pounds or approximately 6 large apples. I have Pink Lady and Honeycrisp apples today, but this recipe would also work well with Granny Smith or Golden Delicious. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 4 tablespoons or half a stick of unsalted butter. Okay, so now that we have all of our ingredients ready to go, let's start making the crust. In a large bowl, mix together your butter, white sugar, brown sugar, and vanilla using an electric mixer for about 2 minutes until everything is light and fluffy. Next, sift your flour and your salt into another bowl and then slowly add it to your butter and sugar mixture, mixing until everything is combined. Next, we want to take our dough and put it into our baking dish. So I have a 9x13 baking dish here, and I've lined it with parchment paper to prevent things from sticking and to make it easy to transfer out of the pan after. Take 2/3 of your dough and scatter it across your baking dish, and using your hands, gently press the dough into the dish to create an even layer at the bottom, and also press the dough about 1/2 inch up the sides to create kind of a border. If you want, you can also use a measuring cup to help flatten your crust and create the 1/2 inch border. Next, you want to take your baking dish and chill your crust in the fridge for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, you can preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and once your crust has been done chilling in the fridge, take it out and put it into the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes until your crust is golden brown, and then remove it from the oven and set it aside to cool. Meanwhile, take the other third of the dough that you haven't used yet, and using a mixer, combine it with the cinnamon and walnuts if you have it, and combine them together on low speed. This leftover dough that we have is going to be used for the topping, and it's going to create a very nice buttery and crispy texture on top. Now we can start prepping our apple filling. So to make the apple pie filling, you want to take all of your apples, peel them, core them, and cut them into quarters, and you want to slice them about 1/8 of an inch thick. Don't worry if it's not perfect, it's all going to get cooked down anyway. Once your apples have been sliced up thinly, then add your lemon juice, your white sugar, your cinnamon, and your nutmeg, and stir everything together until everything is well coated. Now let's move over to the stove. So what you want to do is take your 4 tablespoons of butter and melt them in a large pot over medium-low heat. Once your butter has melted, then add all of your apple mixture into the pot and stir it pretty frequently for about 12 to 15 minutes until your apples are tender, they're soft, and most of the liquid has evaporated. I know it looks like a lot of apples at first, but once you cook them down, the volume will reduce drastically. And once your apples are finished cooking, then remove them from the stove, take your already cooled crust, and spread your apple mixture evenly all over your crust, leaving the 1/2 inch border. So now what we want to do is take that leftover third of dough that we had mixed with the cinnamon, and you just want to pinch little pieces off of the dough and spread them evenly all across the top of your apple mixture. You don't have to cover the entire apple mixture completely. You do want to see some spaces in between. And once you're finished sprinkling your topping, then place the entire thing into an oven preheated to 350 degrees and bake it for about 25 to 30 minutes until the topping has turned golden brown. After that, then take it out of the oven and let it cool completely. So it's been about 1/2 hour since I've taken them out of the oven. If your bars are cool enough now, what you want to do is take your parchment paper and gently lift everything out of the baking dish, and you can put it onto a cutting board or a plate or something where you can cut them into bars. Wow, look at that! The bars are nice and golden brown. The topping is also browned very nicely. The smell is just amazing. You can really smell the cinnamon and the nutmeg. Okay, so let's take a closer look at a piece. You can see that the crust is nice and golden brown. It's not too thin. There's a good amount of apple filling and topping, and you can tell just by looking at these bars that they're gonna taste super rich, super flavorful, and super decadent. So I hope you enjoyed this video for Ina Garten's apple pie bars, and I hope that you'll try this recipe as well. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!